Manchit the Science Guy. There's only one person who can tell you about space. There's only one person who can answer your question. We're gonna ask Manchit the Space Guy. Manchit the Space Guy. Manchit the Space Guy. And it's space.
Is it kind of hot or something?
Do you know the real universe is 91 billion light years? You see, the universe includes stars, planets, galaxies, subatomic particles, matter, and energy. It is all of time and space. We live in a small corner of the universe. We live in a galaxy that is called the Milky Way. And no, the Milky Way is not made out of milk. Anyway, a galaxy is when billions of stars, gas, and dust pull together with a gravitational pull. We live in an even smaller part of the galaxy. This is our solar system. Our solar system includes the planets Mars, Venus, Earth, our home planet, Mercury, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. The solar system also includes natural satellites like the moon. Along with the natural satellites, we have asteroids, meteoroids, and comets. An important part of the solar system is the sun. The sun helps us live because it gives us light and warmth. There are 8 planets in the solar system. The first 4 planets are terrestrial, which means they're made of solids that we can walk on. The first planet is Mercury. This is the smallest and closest planet to the sun. Venus is next in the line of planets. This planet is the hottest planet in the solar system. Then comes Earth, our home planet. We exist partly because of the solar system. This is because people believe that our Earth's water came from a comet that had water. Then, when the first organisms formed in the ocean, they used the sun as their food, just like plants do today. The last of the terrestrial planets is Mars. People think that there is or was life on Mars, but there is no proof so far. Then comes an asteroid belt. The asteroid belt separates terrestrial planets and gas giants. The asteroid belt... Hello?
Does this?
Anyway, let me introduce myself.
Ride out the space guy, toot toot toot. There's only one person who can tell you about space. There's only one person who can answer your questions. We're gonna ask, ride out the space guy, ride out the space guy, ride out the space guy, and it's space.
Anyway, enough of that nonsense. The asteroid belt includes asteroids in it and orbits around the sun between Mars and Jupiter. Now comes the gas giants. Gas giants are made up of gas, and the gas is held together using gravity. The first of the gas giants is Jupiter. Jupiter is the biggest planet in the solar system. Now comes Saturn. Saturn's rings are made out of rock. The next planet in the solar system chain is Uranus. It actually has a tilted orbit. Finally, the last of the planets in the solar system is Neptune. It is known for its wind speed. There is another planet in the solar system, but it is considered as a dwarf planet because of its size. It is Pluto. Pluto is half as big as the United States. Do you know the reason why we jump and land back on the ground? You might be wondering why. This happens because of gravity. Gravity is a force that keeps you from floating. For example, since there is 1/6 the gravity on moon, you can float on the moon, but you can't float on Earth like that because the gravity is stronger. If a rock weighs 20 kilograms on Earth, then on the moon, the rock would weigh less. The sun's gravity helps keep the planets in orbit. Gravity pulls and doesn't push. For example, Earth pulls the moon into orbit around the Earth. The moon also has an effect on the Earth. The moon pulls on the tides. That is why we have high tides and low tides. Now let's send the camera to Ignor and see what he is up to. Oh man, this thing is so heavy. I wish I had an assistant.
I can be your assistant.
You? Out of here. I don't want you as my assistant. You took my spot. Security, are there any more assistants?
Sorry, there's no more. This is the only guy we have left.
Fine, whatever. I'll have to work with them. And hold this properly, please. So this is the sun, this is Mercury, Venus, our home planet Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. These are the 8 planets in our solar system. I feel sorry for you. I think you should take this part. Here you go. Please don't ruin this, because you already have ruined a part somewhere.
The solar system is very big and there are many things in it. It is a big part of Earth. The solar system was made about 4.6 billion years ago. The sun takes 96.86% of the solar system's mass. It is the biggest thing we have in our solar system. The other planets are full of gas. The real mass is low. The hottest planet is not close to the sun. Did you know that the planet Pluto is half the width of the USA? The solar system includes the sun and all the objects that orbit around it due to its gravity. This includes things such as planets, comets, asteroids, meteoroids, and moons. For thousands of years, humans were unaware of the solar system and believed that the Earth was the center of the universe. You would weigh much less on the moon than you would on Earth. The inner planets, also known as terrestrial planets, are smaller and made mostly of rock and metal. Did you know the outer planets, also known as gas giants, are much larger and made mostly of hydrogen, helium, and other gases? These are just a few facts about the solar system that I learned about. I hope you enjoyed. Consider the following.
Hey, enough. Pass me my laptop. Thank you.
Right here, I have a marshmallow, a bowl, and with tinfoil. Today we're going to see how strong the sun is. By that, I mean how much heat can the sun produce. So, we will put the marshmallow in the bowl. And we will keep it outside for 5 hours and see if it can burn a little to see how strong the sun's rays can be. As you can see, we have another one right here, and it's a little burnt. So the sun is really strong, but the thing that helped most was probably the tinfoil. That is because the sun got it more attracted. That means the rays pointed directly at the bowl because I put the tinfoil with the marshmallows inside. Let's see what's inside the marshmallow, if it's staying the same or it's a little gooey. As you can see, it burned the outside, but not the inside. The inside is a little bit gushy, and I can put it right through. But the inside is still a little gooey. If it was even hotter outside, the marshmallow probably would have been dun dun dead. So let's turn it over to the fabulous Ragav.
Almost everybody has a question about how we survive in space with no gravity. How do we eat, drink, and walk? There are many questions. The astronauts have one main technology in space. It is the International Space Station, also known as the ISS. Astronauts don't need their space helmet in the space all the time. They can take their space helmet off in the ISS. The ISS is basically the astronauts' home in space. They can exercise, walk, drink, take a shower, and eat. There are many other sources of technologies in space. There are satellites, spacecrafts, space stations, and other types of equipment. One of the main spacecrafts that are used to travel into space are rockets. Rockets burst into space with high speed. That is because if it goes slowly, then the gravity will have a chance to pull that rocket back to ground. When the rocket enters space, it uses less fuel because there is less gravity and the spaceship floats in space. There is also the space shuttle. The United States created the space shuttle as a reusable launch vehicle to carry astronauts and cargo into space and back again. It is made from 3 parts: a wing orbiter, an external fuel tank, and 2 solid rocket boosters, which are SRBs. You might be wondering, how do astronauts go to space? Well, astronauts wear spacesuits and go to space. The helmet helps the astronauts breathe in space. A spacesuit is like a small space capsule. The suit protects the astronaut from dangers in space. Spacesuits keep astronauts from feeling too cold or too hot. Spacesuits also help them because they get oxygen to breathe. This type of technology holds water to drink when astronauts get thirsty. Space dust doesn't sound very dangerous to you, does it? Well, it actually will have an effect on the astronauts if they don't wear the spacesuits. These spacesuits keep astronauts from getting hit by space dust, which is very dangerous. But when space dust moves very fast, like a bullet, then the space dust can hurt someone. These suits have visors that are lined with gold to protect from rays that come from the sun. A spacesuit is made up of many parts. One part covers the astronaut's chest. Another part covers the arms. This part also connects to the gloves. The helmet protects the head, and the last part covers the astronaut's legs and feet. Some parts of the suit are made of many layers of material. Each layer does something different. Some keep oxygen in the suit while others protect astronauts from space dust. Under the suit, astronauts wear another piece of clothing. It covers their body except for the head, hands, and feet. Tubes are woven into it. Water flows through these tubes to keep the astronauts cool. On the back of the spacesuit is a backpack. The backpack holds oxygen so the astronauts can breathe easily. It also removes the carbon dioxide that the astronauts have breathed out. There's also a fan which moves the oxygen through the spacesuit. The backpack also supplies energy for the suit. A water tank holds the cooling water. Connected to the back of the suit is a tool called Safer. Safer has several small thruster jets. If an astronaut floated away from the space station, he or she could use it to fly back. People always look into space and look at the moon, planets, and stars so closely. Well, how do people do that? They use a technology called telescopes. The definition of a telescope is an optical instrument that makes faraway objects look closer by using a special arrangement of lenses and mirrors. Now, I hope you learned at least one thing about technology in space. Well, it's us, and we are the ones who go to space and take these pictures and even bring them back for us to know what is in our solar system. This particular person was the one who made astronauts' life easier and even our lives. He is Mark Garneau. He was the first Canadian to go to space, and he also installed the first 4 panels on the ISS. In total, he stayed in the space for 667 hours. Who taught us about space and helped us know what it is? This person was the first woman to go to space, and she is Roberta Bondar. Roberta Bondar was the first woman to go to space and come back. Roberta Bondar won many honors, including the Order of Canada, Order of Ontario, NASA's Space Medal, over 22 honorary degrees, and the induction into the Canadian Hall of Fame. The laser scientist was the first male to start astronaut training in 1874. These people were the first ones around us. Now you must have figured out the secrets of space. What it is, what is included in it, the fun facts, but there is still much more to learn. Even astronomers haven't learned everything about space. You can even discover a new planet. Well, that's it for today. Keep reading about space, and I'll see you later if this video doesn't flop. Bye-bye.
Creativity.